All right, hello guys. I just got done watching the Eye to Eye thing with AJ, Rambo, and Cody. Okay, you may be familiar with that if you watch Decoding with Cody. Okay, now they were talking about um, this Subway sandwich incident that took place. With this character here throwing a Subway sandwich at, oh, I don't know what, some kind of cop, law enforcement officer, okay? And it was a big story, and Rambo was making the point it shouldn't really have been a big story. They made a real big deal about it, this Subway connection, okay? Anyway, I just caught the tail end, the last, maybe actually quite a bit of it actually. I probably caught the last 40 minutes of the show. I don't know how long the show was, but I didn't get the start of it, so I'm not quite sure what they were saying right at the start of the show, but I did get the end half. Anyway, this connection with Subway. I mentioned in the comments, because I'd just done this decode with the French Connection, this film, okay? And obviously, you know what Subway is a French style it's a French baguette, so to speak. Not really, but it's that sort of French stick style bread. Okay, the sub. Okay, and right at the start of this film, so I have mentioned this in the comments. Right at the start of this film, they have a scene where one of this guy right here who is tailing some bad guys in France. This is a French cop, I guess. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, this guy was watching the bad guys, tailing them, and what ends up happening, if I just play a second of this, what you'll notice is he's just gone in and got this French stick, this baguette from just down the way here. He's just picked this up, okay. All right, so he's just walking in the door. They make a point to show him going, and he's coming out the shop with this, and so I mean, they could have just had him. They didn't have to have this in here, Anyway, he is just about. Let me just fast forward just a little bit here. I don't really want to get a. Let's go on just a little bit. He's just about to get shot by this other bad guy right here. Okay. So let me show you this scene. Warning, graphic content. Okay, he's going to get shot, right? Anyway, we'll just go on past that point. Now, what has happened? So he's just got shot. This guy is going to walk along, and it also makes a point to do this. Okay, pick up that, take a piece off the end, and then chuck it back down. Okay, remember that also this is phallic symbolism here. Okay, but yeah, this thing is right at the start of the French Connection. So I said to myself, you know what I got to do? Let me just run out some numbers for, just stick the gematria in. I don't know if they did gematria at the start of that decode with Subway or not, but I want to, I said to myself, I'm going to put the gematria in, and I'm going to just quickly look at the number jump from the founding of Subway through to this film. So where should I start? Okay, because, well, let me back up just 1 second. The French Connection is, if you watch my decode on this is all connecting in with Diana. Okay, if you look at the release date of the film, it's all 7-1 numerology. Yeah, Diana's birthday. In the film, they sort of have a point at which there's this random car crash that they're all sort of at. Okay, so we have a car crash, yeah, hinting at Diana. Then there is a sniper scene, okay, which I think is hinting at the Donald Trump thing. And then we have another scene where we have a chase with a train, and that train ends up crashing, okay, at the end of that scene. And in fact, this is sort of the end of that scene there where this dude is getting shot. Okay, now again, Um, that may be hinting at Madonna. Now, the end of the line, of course. Okay, the end of the line. Anyway, what is interesting is this is the same dude that we see right at the start do the shooting. This is the same guy that just picked up that French stick. Okay, so he is connected to the beginning and the end. Okay, he's connected to the end of the line, right? Just as maybe Diana, with this connection, the French connection, may be connected to the end of the line. Because if we think about the 31st of August, when Diana had her car crash, the following day is this day that I've been looking at, which for the Hoover Dam and for World War III, I know it sounds a bit out there, but that date is Labor Day. The idea of the system being reborn. Yeah, this is why it ties in with the Hoover Dam. Obviously, if the Hoover Dam was to break, that is a birthing ritual. Okay, the same as Madonna dying essentially is a birthing ritual. Yeah, coming out of the tomb, right? Coming out of the Matrix. The Matrix has to die before, mankind can be reborn, right? So that is the point of that. Yeah, before there is a big reset, that old system, the corrupted system, has to be, got rid of, right? And then and then you got your new system. Anyway, so this guy is tied with the beginning and the end through the subway, through that. Well, I mean, I know it's very loose. It wasn't exactly a sandwich, was it? But it's the foundation of the sandwich. Okay, right? Let's look at subway, right? So we were looking at 9-1. Look at the bloody numbers for subway. Yeah, 9-1, 19. We got Diana's stuff here. Yeah. This is just absolutely mental just on its own, right? Now I can go ahead and couple this into. So we got the 9-1 date coming up, yeah. So we're 28 years on from Diana's death, yeah, coming up, yeah. 28 years later, I think Cody was doing some stuff on those films, yeah. I just did some, a decode explaining why that 28 is so important, right? And also did a decode with Magic Johnson and that 28-day sort of jump, and how that ties into him and Madonna and the 666. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that we've got for decodes on this earlier on. Anyway, this 9-1. Okay, so this is Labor Day. It's also St. Giles's Day. Okay, so it's like a double holiday. You know the song from Madonna, Holiday? If we had a holiday, well, it's a double holiday. It's Labor Day and St. Giles's Day. And remember, Labor Day is, the hidden meaning there is, the idea of giving birth. Yeah, just for people that haven't quite got it yet. Yeah, that's the idea of Labor Day. Yeah, this is why it'd be so interesting if the Hoover Dam went on that day. This is why it'd be so interesting, in fact, if it was, to break the system down, you've got to have something big because the system is absolutely massive. So you've got to have something big in order to reset the system. I don't know if there's, has mankind ever had this level of bigness before? I'm not sure. I don't know. So the bigger they are, if you ever played rugby, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Yeah. Yeesh. Anyway, so we got this connection, the 9-1, right? Let's look at the number jump. Okay, from this is again. Look at the birth of Subway. 828. 828. Yeah. This is our. Remember, we're dealing with 28. This idea of this 28 years later, the idea of 28 days later, which is our 814 through to 9/11. Okay, which the 814 is Magic Johnson's birthday. He was 66, and on Madonna's death date, which is going to be maybe here shortly, I don't know, maybe it won't happen, but 8/20 tomorrow, he will be 666, 66 years, 6 days, okay? And he is, when we look at that film, Desperately Seeking Susan, okay, where we end up with is we're in the Magic Club, okay, in that film. It sort of revolves around the Magic Club, okay. So if you can get that reference to Magic Johnson and the Magic Club, yeah, and that Magic Club is the Matrix. And you'll notice that on the back of the jacket in Desperately Seeking Susan, they have the phallic symbolism of the upward triangle, which is the pyramid, the all-seeing eye of the Eye of Providence. It's on the back of the dollar bill, coincidentally, which if World War III was to break out, that thing would be worthless. It would probably go to zero very rapidly. Anyway, the point is, Magic Johnson is that Gold Johnson, the missing Johnson, okay, that has to be sort of put back in place in order to resurrect mankind, yeah? Oh, blimmin' hell. And note that the subway, again, is this golden coloured phallic symbolism, yeah? I mean, it is look at the French stick, it is, a golden coloured, long thing, long hard thing, yeah? I mean, you just can't get any more blatant. Anyway, let's look at the number jump now from the 8. So we've got the 2 8s in there. So it's just crazy. Through to the film, and it's 2232. On the surface, it's like that ain't anything, Dan. Apart from it's 6 years 41 days, which is kind of interesting. With Donald Trump's birthday, and the idea is Labor Day, Donald Trump will be double gold. He'll be 79 years, 79 days old. So the atomic number for gold, 79, yeah. So he'll be double gold on 9/1. And if you've watched it, tying this back in, this all ties into the numbers of pi. There is some stuff coming up with this storm, which I might just do a quick video on it. I really don't have time. I've got like about 50 videos in the back of my mind, and we're already at like about half an hour to go till 8:20. But there's some stuff with that storm tying in with all this as well that's coming in. So anyway, get to the point, Dan. There's 2232, right? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what it is. The 1900 composite. Unbelievable. It's absolutely mental. I don't know what else is down there. Nothing, and not really interesting, but this is just crazy. Yeah. The 1900 composite, yeah. 9/1 numerology. Just right there. I mean, it's just crazy. That is just mental. I don't know. I keep meaning to watch Crimson Tide. It's free right now as well on YouTube. And that's got Gene Hackman, Denzel Washington, so it's going to be loaded. Yeah. I might watch it later on tonight if I get a chance. I doubt I will, because I'm going to be doing videos all night. So if you're watching this one, there'll probably be 3 or 4 more videos coming out tonight. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to leave it there for the subway connection. This 9/1, yeah, the French connection has this dude right at the start taking a bite out of the subway, so to speak. All right, they even have a subway scene in this whole thing, yeah. And that subway scene on the, what would be the underground train, the subway, does have a connection to the 20 at least. I haven't really, to be quite honest, I haven't really had time to really sit and go through the bits and bobs of the film again. I only just watched this a day or 2 ago. I don't know when I watched it, but it wasn't very long. Just done the Madonna thing that's in this film is there is a scene in this film. Actually, I might be able to just find it for you guys. So you've seen the subway bit. If I spring through, I will show you the. I think right here somewhere. Let me just click on till I get to it roughly. This street is absolutely loaded with bits and pieces. In fact, let me just say this, while they're watching these baddie guys from across the street, in fact, I think there is a stationery shop or something. Notice the shoe shop there, the shoe repair shop. Notice that's referenced with Madonna's shoe in. Well, maybe I can't find the scene, but anyway, maybe it's a bit further on here. Hang on. But anyway, there's a stationery shop there that they're stood outside as well, which I was like thinking, hang on a minute, that kind of reminds me of Back to the Future with the stationer's shop right there, which is completely random. This is the underground part, okay, and like I said, it's just absolutely loaded with bits and pieces, like the train numbers and all the rest of it. Dang, I've gone right by it. I don't really want to spend a whole bunch of time just jumping backwards and forwards through here to show you the Madonna bit, but if you go back to my last decode, you'll see the. I want to say it's around the middle here somewhere, but I don't know now. Dear oh dear, Dan. Pretty bad. I'm going to leave it for now. Okay. There we go. We've got to go back from here. There's the 68 on the side of a bus there. You know, there's a ton of, there's babies in prams, for the rebirth, the scene, and lots and lots of little bits and pieces. So it's just coming up here. If I could go back. Camera. Let's just play a second of it. So anyway, I want to show you this little bit now. So this was it, the 820 Palm Superette, and look right here on this cart. Okay, there's the DeLorean. The 820 Madonna, mad. It's so blatantly obvious, maybe it won't happen, tomorrow. Maybe Madonna will be just, I don't know. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe it'll just be a, a random story. But anyway, yeah, just wanted to show you that little bit in there. That's it. Okay, so there's your subway French Connection references. Yeah, 9-1 coming up, and this Madonna thing pre this tomorrow would, along with her other little bits of decodes that I've done, the 820 encodes, the 28 years for Diana now, and then on to 9-1. Okay, so it's pretty, and this whole thing with Paris, yeah, and Diana, Athena, and the Bering Strait thing the other day, where there was all the Prince of Wales, Spencer references right there in the Bering Strait between Russia and the US, that up there in Alaska, that connection point, the Diomedes, however you say that name, who is the warrior that is able to injure the gods, okay, and shoots, what's her name, Aphrodite in the hand, okay, just as 9-1 is St. Giles's Day. St. Giles gets shot in the hand protecting the female deer, okay. Look at all the deer references. It's just, I tell you, it's a fairly big thing coming up, I reckon. Yeah. Okay. the clash of the Titans. Yeah. more sort of Greek stuff. Okay, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you on another one soon. All right, I'm gonna put out a couple more videos tonight. I want to try and just. I'm not going to be able to do the number jumps probably for Pulp Fiction, but I want to go talk about Pulp Fiction at least just for 5 minutes because it's so important. I've already done a lot of number jumps for it and it's loaded, but I'm not going to have time to do a hour-long video on it. So I'll just go talk about, just the symbolism and what's going on, why there's the connections there. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on soon. All right, cheers. Bye.